Hello out there in internet land and my YouTube channel watchers. Alina Phoenix here. I just wanted to bring you an update because I just got my new anti-aging bed grounding mattress cover. And we just got home from Florida. I did spend some time at the anti-aging bed showroom and got to try a ton of these technologies. I am going to be working on putting together more videos and uploading those to my channel. So please like and subscribe if you'd like more information on that. But I was in a little bit of trouble last night with my grounding bed cover, and then I figured it out this morning. So this video is basically showing you the meter readings from my new grounding bed cover. And I had to get creative because I don't have a grounded house. I know that this is an issue for a lot of folks that are looking for grounding bed sheet covers, and then you have to run a copper rod all the way to the ground. Well, it was like after 10 o'clock last night. I was very tired. I did not feel like running a ground all the way to the ground from my second floor bedroom. So I'm going to show you my solution to that problem. I'm also going to show you via the meter the fact that my solution works. So one of the things that I love about antiagingbed.com and its products is that it does not rely on just, I feel like it's doing something. Uh, they actually provide you a meter with every single bed cover purchase so that you can verify for yourself that when your bed cover is grounded, you are actually getting grounded. And that's very important to me. I believe in evidence, I believe in results. I feel like those things are very, very important to provide to people. And so many of the grounding sheets, grounding mats out there, they don't give you a way to verify. They also are manufactured in places other than the United States. They use a far lesser concentration of the silver in their products. And that's part of the reason why I went with antiagingbed.com as a company, because they are evidence-based. They don't just want you to feel like it's doing something. They want you to be able to demonstrate that. And they send you the equipment to demonstrate that and verify that your grounding bed cover is in fact working, because that's what matters. It doesn't matter what it says on the box. It matters what it reads in your body. So without further ado, we're going to go to my video.
Okay, so I have got my brand new grounding bed cover from AntiAgingBed.com. Got some lovely new organic cotton sheets, brand new, to go over the top of that. And my house is not grounded, so I need to do something about that. This is my testing meter. They send one of these with every single one of their grounding mats so that when you have it set up, you can make sure that it works. So to test this, we do it here, and then we have to put it to AC current. You need to clip this part to the bed cover and then hold the red one. So here I have my black lead clipped to my bed cover. We've got some ambient going on here. So that's just voltage in the environment. I am going to hold the red one. And I have got a lot of current running through my body right now. So now let's see what happens when I touch the mattress. So, I mean, we can see that my current is going down. So it was 14, and I touch the bed, and it goes down. But I don't actually have this bed cover plugged into anything yet. My house is not grounded, so I need to do something about that. So what I have done, since this is late at night, I have brought up a nice, good size, like almost 2-gallon potted plant. I am going to be plugging this in there, but first I'm going to wrap it with some copper wire to make it a little bit more conductive. Now here you see I have just wrapped this with a little bit of copper wire on the grounding plug, and I am just going to insert this into my handy dandy potted plant. So now this is my solution to grounding because it's 10 o'clock at night and I'm not about to go dig a copper rod into the ground, and I'm going to see if this works. It worked on my smaller version. Let's see if it works on my larger version. All right, so here we are back at the meter, and this is still grounded over here on the sheet. Now I am going to pick this up in this hand so you can see I've got a lot of current going through me. But now when I touch the bed, let's see what happens. That's very interesting. Did I do something wrong? Oh, it's lower numbers than it was before. Let's see if I need to water the plant, because that was pretty dry when I put this stuff in, and let's see if that makes a difference. All right, so I am just going to water my plant here. It was pretty gosh darn dry. And let's see if that's going to make a difference for the grounding. Okay, so now we're back. We are plugged in here, still with the black one. And now I'm going to pick this up and see what my reading is. I'm still coming in at about 14. And let's see what happens when I touch this. Well, my number's going lower than it did before. I'm also wearing some synthetic fabric, so I'm going to take off my synthetic fabrics. I'm going to see if that makes a difference. Okay, no longer wearing anything synthetic. So I'll pick up that red thing, and already my voltage is less. And I'm going to go ahead and touch the mat itself underneath the sheet. So when I touch the mat underneath the sheet, going all the way down to 0.86, 0.82, I mean, so that's a lot less. So I've just got my hand under the sheet here, directly on the grounding cover. Let me just scooch that just a bit over this way. All right, those numbers are a lot better. I'm not exactly zeroed out. Let's see over the top of the cotton sheets. So the cotton sheets seem to be blocking some of the grounding. Oh, that number's really high. No wonder I just feel exhausted all the time. I don't know. I'm going to go back under my sheet here. Yep, when I go directly on the mat, those numbers are a lot better. Not zeroing out, but I also know I don't have this installed properly. And I think I'm done troubleshooting this for the night because I am tired, and I'm going to work on figuring this out more tomorrow. Okay, I've woken up this morning and I've still got my grounding cover plugged into my pot, and I am going to try and troubleshoot again why I didn't go down to 0 now that I'm awake and I'm a little bit more refreshed. Alright, setting up my meter. I've got my ground attached to my grounding cover, the black wire. Here's my red wire, it's just on the sheet. I'm going to turn this on and put it to AC voltage, and this is just ambient air. And now I am going to hold this. Okay, so again, when I'm not on the grounding cover, I am all the way up here. So I'm going to hold this in the hand that I am holding my phone with. I'm going to touch the grounding cover again. This is on top of the sheet. Oh, look, a fuzzy. Okay, on top of the sheet, we can see that that goes down significantly. Now I'm going to touch it underneath the sheet directly to the grounding cover. And that makes a very significant difference. I'm going all the way down to like 0.02. Now, what I discovered off of the thing is if I climb into my bed on top of the sheet, and so this is just me climbing into my bed. When I have a greater contact with the sheet, even through my organic cotton sheets, when I lay down on the bed, it does go all the way down to 0. So I think what it is that I needed a greater surface area with to be in contact with the grounding sheet. To be able to get fully grounded, especially because here I'm still holding the thing. I'm going to climb back out of bed and I'm going to stop touching it. So this is the energy running through my body, which I'm still holding this thing. It's been on the bottom of the screen the whole time. And you can see that I have a lot of current going through my body when I am not in this bed. And so I am just going to, and again, here's my grounding cover. So that is underneath the sheets. And I just have that exposed just to show you. And these are my new sheets. So I start climbing into bed. This is just with one hand and one knee on top of the sheets. And my number went from, okay, so again, not touching it at all, close to 14, 2 points of contact, and now I'm going really far down. And then when I climb into my bed entirely and have a greater surface area touching the cover, I go all the way down to 0. So I can see a little bit of just ambient kind of coming back up and down a little bit as I move around. But as I just kind of lay here still, I'm in 0. And this is just still plugged into my same pot of dirt. I don't have this going down to the ground. I don't have a grounded house. My house was built in 1893. And so, again, here I am just standing. My number goes all the way up to 14. Touch the grounding mat with one hand, goes down to 5, 6. If I touch it underneath the sheet, so that is with no sheet in the way, my hand is underneath the sheet. I go all the way down to 0.2, 0.1. So still a little bit of a current, but if I get in the bed on top of the sheet and get more contact with my body, I go all the way down to 0. So I don't think that I was doing anything wrong when I was recording this before. I think I just needed to get into the bed. But I love the fact that Anti-Aging Bed includes this meter so that you can literally experiment and you can see what the energy is doing in your body in real time to see if this technology is actually working. So when I'm just touching it with one hand, so hand touching, hand not touching, touching, not touching. under the sheet with just one hand, I almost go to 0. But again, I have a really, really high energy level reading in my bedroom, not touching, all the way to 14. Touching goes down to 0.02, so that's still some stress. But then, one last time, just to make sure that this is a repeatable experiment, climbing into the bed, 0. So when I have more of my body in contact with this, it goes all the way down to 0. And so that there is proof that this is doing what it says it's going to do. One of these meters is included with every purchase so that you get to experiment for yourself. And when I was staying at my friend's house, whose house is actually grounded, I was able to plug this into the wall like you're supposed to be able to do. And that went immediately down to 0. So I think that probably a big part of my issue here is the fact that my house is not grounded and I'm just using a pot of dirt. When I'm feeling ambitious, I'm actually going to get a copper wire and run that down into a round and put this into some grounding. But that's not going to be today because I got a lot of stuff going on. And as I've demonstrated here, my pot of dirt works. So say hello to my little friend. This is my pot of dirt. I've got some sweet potato slips in there and some onions growing. And this is just going to be in my bedroom from now on, helping me ground while I sleep. And so that is a, 2-gallon pot of dirt. So this is enough to actually fully ground me in my anti-aging bed grounding sheets. And so for those of you out there who live in an ungrounded house like I do, this may be a practical solution, especially if you have a second floor bedroom and it's really far down there to run a wire. So I hope that this is helpful. If you go to AntiAgingBed.com, please use my code PHOENIX, PHOENIX, to get 5% off of whatever you're ordering. And I highly recommend the grounding sheets and mats and blankets. And actually, all of their products are awesome. I just spent a wonderful time at the Anti-Aging Bed showroom, and I have got a big long wish list of a lot of things that I want to get. So check them out.
All right. Now that you've seen my anti-aging bed cover, the little bit of trials and tribulations that I went through last night in order to be able to make sure that it's working, I hope that that gives you a little bit of confidence that when you go to antiagingbed.com, that you are getting a good product. And that even if you have an ungrounded house like I do, you can do something simple and practical and easy to make it work for yourself, and also how to use that meter to verify that it's working for yourself. So, antiagingbed.com to go and get any of their wonderful grounding cover products or any of the other amazing products that they offer. And please use my code PHOENIX, PHOENIX, to get yourself 5% off everything. And I would just appreciate you getting that discount and you being able to do this kind of a powerful thing to be able to improve your health. When we ground, when we sleep, that takes a big burden of this invisible stress that's constantly on our body off of our body. And it enables our body to go much better into rest and repair and restore mode. Many of us, because we are so disconnected from the ground and we are surrounded by EMFs all the time and we have this voltage on our body, that's stress. That's a measure of damage that's actually being done to our body. constantly. And so my house actually, I got something going on here that I need to investigate a little bit further because that number 14 that I was getting on my body when I wasn't on the grounding mat, that's really high. And it probably has something to do with part of the reason why I struggled with my health for so long. So having this, I think, is going to be a huge improvement for my personal health. I look forward to reporting my results further as I sleep on this on a long-term basis. As of right now, I am night one. I do feel like I woke up more rested and refreshed, and I look forward to accumulating those results as time goes by. So antiagingbed.com. Phoenix is the code that you can use to get 5% off. Phoenix. And if you are interested in more technologies, information, energy healing to help you improve your life, please like and subscribe to my channel because that's the kind of stuff that I post. Thank you so much for your time and attention. It is an honor to be with you on your healing journey, and I hope that you have a beautiful, wonderful day.